Good evening, folks, chaps and chapasses. Good evening to you all. I wasn't going to come on live tonight, but I'm going to because I have found out, let's go to camera 2, I've actually found the problem that was plaguing the hacker that Paul's had off me. I found the problem that was plaguing it while we were getting that horrible sound, and it wasn't because there was a capacitor in wrong, because I took my own personal hacker Grenadider to bits and took the preamp out and we had a look. I had a look and I checked all the capacitors and everything is correct. There's nothing not right, and when I switch it on, I've got to finalise the ground. But what the problem was, these things are grounded. These things are grounded to hell. And what the problem was, if I get me sticker upper, oh pardon me. Right, what the problem actually, oh, let's make sure we're on. Where's my glasses? They would help. There they are. They're on the other bench. So now I've got two hackers to put back together. We've got mine and the one that's going to Paul. But at least I've got it right. And I don't like things not being right. You know, you all know me, everything has to be spot on. It has to be dead right. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to connect the stereo input that goes to the back, which is the left hand. If you were to use it, it'd be the left hand input. Output, sorry. Yeah, that's correct. It played fine at low volumes. It was when you got halfway, and the problem was with the treble control. When you got so far, and you turn the volume up, the treble control, it would just start to make an horrible noise like it was oscillating. If I turn it on now, may lose the camera. No, we haven't yet, but you never know, there's still time. Now we've got no hiss there. Are we in? That's mono. Volume full up. We'll turn the volume about there. That's silent. And the treble control is silent. There we are. I fixed it, folks. What it was, basically, like I say, I've got a ground going to this nut here, which I'll move, going to the loudspeaker. Because all this is corroded, all this shielding they've put in, because it's corroded to a point, it's losing ground. It's losing the ground from the loudspeaker to the rest of it, and it obviously needs that. And there's a ground strap there. So I've connected to the ground strap and the speaker. But I'm going to move this wire, and I'm going to move it to where the ground is here, the main ground here, and we're going to ground it there. But that's what the issue was, and I found it by going around with the multimeter on continuity And that's what it was. Let's just see who's coming. It looks like, I don't know who that is. Can't read that from here. Let's get the phone. Looks like a C-map, as I call him. It is. I am on, yes. I am on, yes. I wasn't going to come on tonight, but I thought I'd come on and, like I say, I'd explain what the issue is. This is the preamp out of mine. That's in it. I'm going to leave this one in it because, to be quite honest, I'm quite hacked off with messing around with hackers. So I'm going to leave my preamp in here, and that preamp that's in mine over there is the one out of here, but it's working perfectly in mine. It's working perfectly, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave it in because there's not really any need to swap them back. So I'm going to leave that permanently in. It can stay there, and this can be put back together. The record deck can be put back in. I need to find some screws to go in here. Shit like that. We need to get everything done. But yeah, I'm happy with the fact that it's now done, and oh, pardon me, and it'll work okay. So what we'll do, we'll have a sip of our coffee. So it turned out that me capacitors were incorrect, were in the correct way around. I mean, I thought it was, but there was a bit of a niggle in my mind, and that's why I took that one apart. So I could, and that's when I found the issue. When I went round the grounds in mine, I went round the grounds in this, and so what I've done really, basically, it's just a broken ground. That's all. And I read about the grounding in the manual and in the service manual, and the grounding in this is very critical. It's very critical to its performance. So, you know, I'm happy now. Just I had to dig mine out and take it to bits. But we'll get this one finished off here, and then we'll get mine put back together and put it back in the bedroom. But at least we got to the bottom of it, I suppose. Suppose we got to the bottom of it, but what we'll do, we'll start putting it back together in a minute. Get the record deck and everything back in. And then we should be good to go. But yeah, but it's critical to how it's wired up. It's a pain in the arse, but it's critical. You've got to wire it, and that's why they give you a wiring. I think that's why they give you a wiring diagram in the manual, because it is critical to how it's wired up. Like for example, the HT negative, the minus of the HT, you wouldn't think whether it went to this end of the amp or that end of the amp, but it does. It makes a bloody difference, because that's how they've designed it. It makes a bloody difference which way around you put the negative HT leads on. The positive ones don't make a difference because, well, they basically get it from the same place. But yeah, the thick negative goes to the right, and the thin negative from the preamp that feeds the preamp goes to the left. And if you put it the other way around, it gives you issues. It's the same with that one over there. But I had a look in the manual, and they want you to take the HT lead straight from the power supply to the right hand side of the main amp, and the thin black HT lead that goes to the preamp, they want you to take that to the right. To the left, sorry. What a palaver, but it gets done. And I don't know, I can just make out, and I don't know who that is. I guess I would say it was Benji, but I could be wrong because I can't see that far. Even with my glasses on, it was worse actually. Oh, it's not, it's Judge Judge you. The best place to get a service manual for a Grenadier? Send me an email. Send me an email to the email address that comes up on screen at the beginning of the video. Send me an email and I'll send you one. I've got the manual for it. What's the problem with your hacker anyway? You know, what's the actual issue? I might be able to tell you on here. I mean, let's face it, I'm becoming something of an expert on them now. I mean, this one, it's while I'm talking, I may as well get some work done. Just turn the power off to it. There we go. This is the wire I put in. And I'm wondering if I can solder that to there. I'm wondering if I can solder that to there. I'll drop me clippers. Drop me damn clippers. Can I reach them with my pliers, or have I got to get off my ass? Got to get off my ass and bend down and pick them up. Get here. Yeah, because I want this to be dead right when it leaves here. You know, I like everything to be spot on. You all know me. Right, so I'm going to try and just solder that there. Because if I can solder that there, that'll be a real headache solved. Or if I can't, then I'll just do it elsewhere. Give that a bit of a dip. There we go. I think that's got it actually. Yeah, that's not going anywhere, that's good enough. And then what we want to do is feed that through the tin, through the copper rather, if it will go, just to make it look nice. Feed that through there. There we go. Get my fingers up there. So it just makes it look better. It just makes it, it just takes that, what do you call it, edge off it, doesn't it? You know, I've just made it look. Right, so that was in there. So if I connect that to there and solder it, shouldn't be a problem. So that's good. Clip that off there. Where's me knife? Yeah. I'll come to chat in a minute. We'll just there we go. There we go. Pull that off there. There we go. Right. See if we can get a bit of solder onto our ground there. I had Steve here earlier. An unexpected surprise, doesn't usually come on a Saturday. Anyway, he came today because he wanted me to look at something for him because he's having a bit of difficulty. So I want to get this done and out of the way so that I can look at Steve's little job that he wants me to do for him. We're going to do that tomorrow, Steve's little job, because I want to get the down set amplifier finished tonight as well if I can. So what we'll do, there we go. Try and move it out of my way for a minute, and we'll put that where it needs to be in a sec. I just need to get my fingers down there, just so we can solder this onto here. That's got it, that ain't going nowhere. Make sure we still work. Make sure not turning these bloody wires off. Because if you knock the bloody HT wire off, it done half of its tits off. Right, so we're alright with that now, that's good. So we can turn the power back on. That was my chair, by the way, not me. I mean, I do enough of them, but that wasn't one of mine. Now we turn it on. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. So what we'll do now, we'll get the whizzer upper and we'll start going around it, tightening things up. And I'll come and have a look at the chat in a second. But it would be nice to get this done. I've got to put the trim back on as well. I took that off because I've discovered it's easier to get the preamplifiers out. And taking the trim out. Right. And we should have, give this one here a bit of a whiz up. There we are. And all because it was a bad earth. Right, we want this washer, and we may as well put this washer on here because it needs it, and then we can screw the amplifier down. This is its original power amplifier, by the way, which is working absolutely perfectly. Because I had my doubts whether it could have been the power amp that was causing the problem, but it wasn't. But it was a right horrible noise. you know. But we're all right now. We're done. Turned out to be a bloody ground. It's all this grounding they put in it. All this foil they put in it. You know, it's. I need to glue that back on as well. The vent, but that's the last of its worries. So let's get me snugger upper. There we go. There, you just want them snug. Don't want to overdo them. No need to overdo them. Right. So that's all okay. Take that piece of wood out of there. That was done when it was made. Get rid of that. Now let's put the trim back in. This is not glued in, this trim. This is just a push fit. There we are. It's just a push fit, this trim. I need to find some screws to... That's a bit rotten, that one. I might have to find another clip. I mean, that's what I'm saying to you guys. Guys and girls. It was corroded, I mean... So, you know, but this is not glued in, that's just a press fit, that. Once that's, once that's... So what we'll do, we'll put the controls back on. That's that one. That's that one. There we go. I mean, let's turn this so that I can see it. That's that one. That vent needs to be glued back into place. They always fall off them. There's one missing from the back. I think mine's got one missing from the bottom. Right. There we go. Get me a red screwdriver. There we go. Right. Oh. Let's lift the record deck back up. There we go. Put this, and the only way you can get these in really I've got to find some screws for this as well. Let's make sure that's in properly. Yep. Put the yellow in, the green in, which is the earth. There we go. Yeah, it's Steve's birthday today. I spoke to him and I wished him happy birthday. Yeah, he's here tomorrow. That's in. Then the last one, which is the hardest one because you can't see it because it's behind another plug. That's it. Make sure it's in, yeah. The hardest part really and that needs to be, does that need to be connected? Because what do you call it, it's broken. What we'll do, we'll just squeeze that a little bit. We'll do it. I mean, these, that's better. Put that up straight where it should be. Now, connect this up. Right. Right, so we'll start with that one. You will try getting your fingers in. Right, so that's everything in there. Do you know, it's, I can't see that, but I don't want to take the bloody preamp out again. I mean, this has been out in and out more times than God knows what. I think what I might do might be easier. Unplug them from there. I'm gonna put a fucking deck in now, aren't I? Don't fancy undoing them again. You can't get your hand in there. There it is there. Right, there's the plug for the first one. That's one on. Yep. Then the one right next to it. Yep. Whew. It's a real pain, but they go on. See, the negative, it doesn't really matter. The one's broke off there, but that doesn't matter because the negatives and the cartridge go together anyway. So that won't be a problem. Now, I can just see that one. They get easier the further you go along. There we go. There we go. Stick them, that one on there. I'm not sure I like the way they actually do these, but they are convenient. But I prefer soldered on the connections, to be perfectly honest, but these are convenient, especially when you've got a problem and you have to keep taking the goddamn deck in and out. Just where there's an issue where yeah, deck's in and out a few times. Right, so that's all in now. I'm not worried about that one there because that'll get us, they all go together, negatives anyway. So let's get this out back in. Right. I've got the inspection panel to put on, I've not done that yet. Let's turn it round. Let's turn it on. Right. Folks, that is absolutely we've got a bit of a hum. That might be because of the, that could be mains on. Not much though. It's not, I mean, it's not an issue, but let's get the records, then we'll get back to the chat. Got anything else under there? Let's have the oldest swinger in town, because we've had the Philly shave twist a few times this week. Yeah, there's a bit of a hum there, but that being said,
you score with a chick in a disco bar, take her home in your hairy little car, then you find you went to school with her mom and pa. You're the oldest swinger in town. When you won't look in a mirror in the light of day, swear you dyed it when your hair turns grey, when you zip up your Wranglers and your belly's in the way, you're the oldest swinger in town. Here you come and there you go, white wheels, spots and a stereo, but the engine's clapped and the driver also is the oldest swinger in town. When your barber takes a little less time each week, the kids don't understand a word you speak. When you walk into a disco and they offer you a seat, you're the oldest swinger in town. You prefer a pint of mild to Bacardi and Coke, the sounds are too loud and there's too much smoke. You'd like another dance but you're scared you'll have a stroke, you're the oldest swinger in town. Here you come with your chest all bare, a little gold ingot and a lot of gold hair, like the disco king meets Yogi Bear, you're the oldest swinger in town. When you're feeling as stiff as a skinhead's boot, rub on Vic where you used to splash Brute, and the latest punk fashion is your wedding suit, you're the oldest swinger in town. When you have to go shopping for your sex appeal, Travolta shades and 9-inch heels, you say a man is just as old as the woman he feels, you're the oldest swinger in town. Here you come with your lips closed tight, you never smile, you know it wouldn't look right, cause your dentures glow in ultraviolet light, you're the oldest swinger in town. Oldest swinger in town. And you look so mean cause your pants are too tight, you're the oldest swinger in town. And it takes you all night to do what you used to do all night, you're the oldest swinger in town.
right. Well, that is working lovely. I'm happy with that. Man, I'm not happy with the fact that it's just started again on its own. That's probably, let's just have a look. That's probably just the wires catching on the bottom need to be routed. Let's have a look. Yeah, the wires catching it. Yeah, because right. The problem, I'll get back to you in a sec. Now let's try that again. Hang on. Right. That shouldn't go over. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well, we'll have a look at that. It's got to be something simple. Right, let's have a quick look at that. Right, the reason why. Right, well that downloading the manual. You got the manual for the hacker. Doesn't tell you how to service the changer. It just tells you how to service the hacker. It doesn't go into servicing the changer. So let's have a look. See what this is causing that. Didn't do it that time. So I wonder if it was wires catching. Let's put it on there and try it where there's nothing catching. I'll just do it by hand. Unclip that. Yeah, it went over that time. It's not supposed to do that. No, it's not supposed to do that. Let's have a look. There we go. Let's put my glasses on. If I can find my damn glasses. There they are. I haven't had this problem on an auto changer for ages. So let's have a look. Right. Let's just put the stylus in there. Let's just take the stylus out. So we don't damage it. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. I need to know that armrest would be nice if it stayed out of the way. Clip it on there for a minute. Right, so I'm just looking, make sure I've got nothing jammed anywhere, nothing unclipped. No, because it was working okay yesterday. That's okay. That's alright, there's nothing. And it's That's only for record sizing. And that's to stop the arm moving. Not moved that, have I? No. That's weird. Making sure not catching any wires or anything anywhere. Right. Right, that's so that should come back. Move that wires there out of the way. Don't think that'll be the problem. Are we all the way back? No. Still going over there. I wonder if it's that catchy. No, that just releases that. Not that there, is it, jamming? It could be that. No, no, that's not it. Oh, it's staying there now. Let's try it now. That's it. Just a thing out of position. Yeah. It was just a thing out of position underneath the, what do you call it, doofer. That's right, that. There we go. Right. There we go. Right, now basically, I didn't find a shitload of screws for that. Right, really, right, basically servicing, let me get my glasses back on and see what his name, I forgot his name. I like to try and help where I can. Right. that's that's what I would have said, Simon. You know, because all these garages need, it'll be a garage. Because Hacker, as far as I'm aware, never ever used anything else. Right. Start by taking the mechanism out of the unit. Then remove the turntable. Then remove the cycling gear and clean the actuator port. Remove the actuator pole on the top of the cycling gear. I've got a video up there. If you hunt around, there's videos of me doing them. You know, just servicing the garage. I mean, there's a few videos of me servicing them and rebuilding them, so you know, just have a look really, they're all up there. You know, just type in just type in garage, just type in garage and you'll come across one of my videos, I'm certain of it. But you know, they're up there. Yeah. That's right, it's a TC 2025 like I've got down there. It's the same as the one out of my own personal lacquer. And I serviced it not long ago, so I serviced that a couple of months ago, so there'll be there'll be a video up there. I mean, yeah, but just all they really require. Yeah, well, the TC 2025 is an auto change model, you know. But I think the thing to do is, like Simon said, just lubricate everything. I mean, clean off all the old grease. Clean off the old grease. Well, basically, watch one of my videos. You know, search YouTube and watch one of my videos, I suppose. Let's see what the rest of the chat is consisting of. Good evening, Porthos, I think that's your name. Yeah, best regards to you as well, sir. Yeah, but if you send me the manual, if you send me an email, Judge Drock, if you send me an email to my email address and put on it Hacker Manual, let you know, I'll know it's you, and I'll send you the manual for this, but it won't tell you how to service the deck. It'll only tell you how to disassemble it and how to set up the amplifier and shit. That's all it tells you. It doesn't really give you anything else. Yeah, what that's caused through, that's caused through the pole on the cycle gear. The pole on the cycle gear, basically what it does, the pole on, out, go on, move. The pole on the cycle gear stiffens up, and the arm won't move any further. And that's what causes that. You know, it's just basically strip it down. There's an SP25 video up there. They're the same mechanism, except the SP25 is a single player. But apart from that, they're exactly the same mechanism. Pretty much. All the information you need can be gleaned from that video. The only difference between them is the TC 2025 is a changer. In fact, the TC 2025 is the same as this thing that's in here. The only difference is there's a smaller turntable, a smaller turntable, and a different type of tone arm. Other than that, they're exactly the bloody same machine. Yeah, they're pretty much the same machine. But yeah, just look for one of my videos. I've done lots of videos on servicing garages. It doesn't have to be the TC202025. You don't have to be model specific with garages. That's the good thing about them. Same as BSRs. You know, you can service a single play BSR the same as a changer, and it's the same with the garages, except for the transcription turntables. They have a slightly different mechanism. They are different, but the SP25 and all the changes, pretty much all the changes, everything from the Garage Auto Slim all the way up, it's the same mechanism. It was never really changed. Why should they change it? They had a good thing. It was a good, reliable changer. So they manufactured it for years and just give it different model numbers. But it's, to all intents and purposes, it's the same bloody thing. Just that they got a bit newer looking as they got older. As they got made. Yeah. You know, but just give it all a good clean and lubricate everything. If you get stuck, you know, just send me an email. I'll help if I can. But if you got to service it, you know, make sure that you know what you're doing before you start. Because I've seen people do these. I've seen people do it and destroy a perfectly bloody good record player. You know, I've seen televisions destroyed, I've seen record players destroyed, I've seen many things, even CB radios, I've seen them destroyed by people who think they know what they're doing. You know, so, you know, be sure that you can take on the task. I'm not saying you don't know, you probably do, but before you take on the task, you know, understand and be mindful that the electrolytic capacitors on these Grenadiers, they're not. It's marked on the board what they are, but it's not marked on the board which way round they bloody go, and that was part of my issue. For the last few days now, I've been thinking I put one in the wrong way round, and I hadn't. It was down to a bloody ground. It was down to a ground that was caused that. So now we're fixed. We're all working again. Oh, I better put that stylus back in, hadn't I? Otherwise I'll have to order a stylus. Let's clip him back in. We'll find some screws for this later on. That's it, he's back in. But they're a lovely record player, these. They really truly are a lovely record player. And you know, you can't go wrong. Yeah, where's the inspection panel? Well, that's the one off mine. Where's the one off this one? I've got it somewhere. Let's try and find it, shall we? It's here somewhere, probably down there on the floor somewhere. It could have ended up under the knee hole. It's not essential I find it right now. I lost one of my knobs, and all one of my knobs is down there somewhere. One of my knobs fell onto the floor, I think. Yeah, that's all screwed in. I've got to put the thing back in there. There's a couple of things to put back in my own. Right, where's my other knob? Should have another knob somewhere. There was 3 of them on it, but it turns out that there's only 1 here, so 1 fell on the floor. Or has it dropped into that door? No. No, it's not dropped into there. Right. I've got to screw the amp back into that. That standoff has got to go back in. Put that with that. What else am I looking for? Looking for my knob. Oh, I think that might be down there. Is that it? No, it's a compact disc. So, it definitely fell on the floor. Never mind, I'll find that tomorrow. It's not in that towel, is it? No. No, it's not in there. Right. Yeah, right, so let's see if I've got... Yeah, my knob's down there somewhere. I'll find that. Oh, there it is. I can see it there. So now I can see it. I'll get it there. Get it back later. I know where it is. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move this hacker because I'm happy with that. We'll find the inspection panel and everything for it tomorrow. It's all down under in the hole somewhere. So we'll move this out of the way. There we go. And what I want to do next, I want to clear a bit of space, and what I'll do, I'll see if I've got a TC 2025, and if I have, then, well, I've got my own there, but right, there should be one knocking about here somewhere. Here it is. Right, this is let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Well, if I find a damn remote, I should stick that remote. Right. Where's my freaking remote for my camera? There it is. Right. Let's zoom in. Right. So what we'll do, we'll just check the chat and then we'll service this. It's decrepit, but we'll service it. Just give it a quick service. Oh, you have to make a brew if you disappear, and I'll leave this and get on with the The Dan said I was going to service it so you could see what I was doing. Good evening, Pat. Oh, you have the stereo amp as well. Oh, you're still here? Well, if you're going to hang around, I'll quickly do this one. Let's just go and get the turntable lubricating stuff. We want the IPA. We want the grease. And we want the oil. And we should have a good selection of tools on the bench already. Now, we also want the cloth. Let's pull my trousers up, there we go. I'm going to go on a diet, folks, because I'm getting a bit too fat. And not good for you, is it? Right, how I like to start, as far as I'm aware, this doesn't work. See, even that's stiff. Oh, it does work, the mechanism does work, I didn't think it did. But that feels a bit on the stiff side as well. Yep, so wind that back down. There we go. Right. So what we'll do, we shall move this to over here, move that remote to there. So what we'll do, we'll pull the centre spindle out if it will come out. This is in the wrong position. That centre spindle's in the wrong position, it's this way, it should be that way. There. Right. Take out the beauty ring carefully, because we don't want to bend it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. This time I didn't. Take out the clip. Careful taking these clips out. If you strain them, you knacker them. Lift him out, just lift him out gently. Then remove the turntable. And all our stuff that we take off the turntable off here can be put in there. Now, that's idler feels good, motor is a bit seized. Take off this clip. And that's coming off, but if you have trouble getting these off, I've managed to do this one. But if these are really seized on and won't come off, I forgot the cotton buds. If they're really seized on, then don't force them. Use a heat gun to heat them up. And I think I've just moved out of position. Yeah, I've just moved, we've just caught my camera. Let's see. That's it. There we go. Let's zoom in a bit further. As we've gone a bit further over, you can see the camera and not me. There we go. Now, all our cleaning stuff. Yeah, it's not an Alan Sugar special, by the way, the Alan Sugar shitters. Anyway, let's start off with this. This is your cycling gear. And that's your actuation pole there. On this one it's loose. Now what happens is this stiffens, this part of the mechanism stiffens up and it won't work. Now to service that, you take the top clip off like this. Yeah, you take the top clip off. Remove the top plate. Remove the bottom clip. Don't worry about the clips, both same size. Remove the actuation pole. Now, if that won't come out, a bit of heat and a bit of oil. A bit of heat and a bit of oil just on there. Take that out, clean it. A bit of IPA cotton bud. Drop of oil on it, put it back. Put the clip back on the bottom because there's two clips. This you just push on by hand. And I've put that in the wrong bloody place. It's gone on the top instead of the bottom. Right. Right. You push the bottom one in. Put the top plate back on with the hook, the piece with the protrusion sticking up. That just goes on. Hook the wide end on first. Then it'll just drop onto. Hang on. It's always easier doing it when you're not showing someone. There we go. And that just hooks back into place like that. This one's already been serviced. I don't know who by, but it feels too good to have not been serviced. Right, so that's done. And get your grease, and don't get any grease on the actuating pole, and put a bit of grease in there and a bit of grease just on the centre there. That's all you need. That'll last it for another 30 years. Then you've got a cam follower here. What I like to do with those, that one's not seized up, so I like to spray them with a bit of switch cleaner. That's all you need. One squirt. There we are. Perfect. But it won't stay perfect, that, because that's only switch cleaner, it will evaporate. So a bit of oil. That'll do. Get the IPA. Put some in the cap. Take these ball races out, or this ball race out rather. Take that out. Give all that a good clean. Give it a bit of a clean down there as well, down the spigot. See, this is servicing the top of the turntable, and we don't need to clean those, they're lovely. So what we'll do, we'll just put a bit of oil, grease, sorry. Put a bit of grease on these, not a lot. That's all you need. Sandwich that back together. Ready to go for another 30 years. A bit of grease on there, and I'll put a bit there, even though I don't need to, but I will anyway. Then what we do, that's well, that's a bit on the tight side. They normally spring in. That one doesn't want to, so we'll use the tools. That's it. That's its rest position. Put a bit of oil on the idler pulley, on the idler pivot, 1 drop. That's all you need. Now we'll put a bit on the top bearing of the motor. Want a couple of drops on that. Right, move that a minute. Now we'll go under the machine and we'll look at the speed change. That feels a bit stiff. I want to drop a bit of oil on the right, that will oil itself now. There we are. I can turn that now, couldn't turn that a minute ago. Spot on. Now we'll clean the speed change mechanism. There we go. Let's put some, my grease can's nearly empty, I've got a new one over there. Need to get my new grease out on my next job. A bit of grease. There we go. Get a bit on that spring as well. There we go. Let's see. Get that dog hair. There we go. There. They're perfect now. The motor's done. Now the main part. Let's have a look at the mechanism. Now, and I've spilt the IPA. That's because I'm a dopey blood bugger. We'll just mop that up with a towel. There we go. There, let's put a bit more of that in there. Now these mechanisms, they go stiff. They go here, and see how that's taking its time. Well, that's supposed to come back straight away. On a changer, on a non-changer, it holds up there till the arm goes over. But on a changer, it's supposed to come straight back like that. And that's not coming straight back. So what we do, we take off the clip. And please note, there's a thing on these that looks like a screw. Not all of them have got it. Don't try and undo it, it's not a screw. If you try and undo it, you'll break it. See, now get the cotton bud. Oh shit, I spilled more IPA, I'm an idiot. Clean this. Just lift that up a little bit. Lift the whole unit up a little bit so you can get your fingers and your IPA soaked cotton bud under there. There we go. And it'll get rid of all that horrible grease. That's under there. Clean all this as well. There we go. See? That's correct now. Give it a couple of drops of oil. There we go. Put the clip on. There we go. There we go. See? That's right now. Now, oil the pivots, like Simon said. Bit like Simon says, isn't it? Clean this, don't put any I tend not to put any lubricant on this. I do on the push pad. This has got to be stripped and painted, but for the benefit of Judge Droid or Drod or whatever he is, whoever he is, never seen him before, more than welcome. Everybody is more than welcome on this channel. There we go. Get in there, get that bit out of there. because that actuates your centre spindle for dropping your records on in the changer. Right. And that's it really, there's not really much else to do. Put a bit of grease. Bit of grease on there. There we are. That's it. Put the top on. Put the IPA, what's left of it, back in the bottle. Put the cap on. Wipe up any spillages. Lift that over there because that's on the wrong side, that needs to be under there, not over there. Doing that will rip the bloody wires right out. Get that bit of tape, push it. Bit of dust in my throat there. Right. Just check that motor's perfect now. Now what I like to do, I like to put the turntable back on. And I always like to drop some oil. I'll go a bit more than a couple of drops, whiz it round a bit, then lift the turntable off. And then back on. And it oils both brass bearings. Look at that now, compared to when I started, that wasn't doing that. And I think that goes in that way, yes it does. And these clips have a hole in them. And I haven't got the thing for doing that, so you just get on the hole if you can. And that, because you are supposed to get it on the hole, because they go a certain way around these clips, and you've got to get it right. That's it. There we go. That's a bit loose, a bit tight. Might even be bent. Just get the pliers on it. Fucking hell. I think it might be bent now actually. Spray some of this on it. I think it might be bent. If it is, we've got another replacement. And that feels stiff as well, that's alright now. But that's bent. That must be bent. Must be bent. Not stiff. You can't put that back in like that. Can I? You can't put that back in like that, it won't work because it's stiff. So the thing is to try and free it up. And that's very, very stiff.
Veggie brew, Andy.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Do us another one before you go.
Laura's hamster got out.
Right.
What wanted it?
Yeah.
And it's Spot's birthday today.
Right.
10.
Right. Thought he was getting a birthday present, did he?
Yeah.
A nice tasty hamster.
Got out of the cage, didn't it?
I mean, Scraps never used to bother him, you know.
Didn't it?
When she lived here, she had them here. It never bothered them. If they got out, he just used to look at them. I think we might be looking at a new centre spindle for this. Unless, of course, I can... This has been bent or damaged. That's just too much, that. It should go in and out easily. What?
You rang me up at 6 o'clock this morning to go and get it.
Right.
In bed.
Yeah. I just think... Ow. What?
Told her to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a feeling that this I don't think that'll work, but we'll try it anyway. See, it's supposed to sit in that way and it's supposed to clip in. Well, it's not going to come out. Should we see if it drops a record? Just clean this turntable first. We'll see if it drops a record, shall we, guys and ladies? I mean, this is only for spares, this turntable. It can be, this deck, it can be used. I know we're going to go to the trouble of pushing that beauty ring all the way in, probably not. They're getting these in, it can be a pain in the arse. Oh, fuck that. Right. Just get a record, see if it drops it. There we go, and I'll hold that end of it up, there we go. It did. So it does work. To the end. And it'll turn off. There you go, guys and girls. That is how you service. That is how you service. That's very stiff, that. I mean, so you're supposed to clip in. There we go. As long as the mechanism pulls it in, that's good enough. But that won't be getting used anyway, because that's just for, that'll probably end up getting cannibalised for spares, or at the most I might repaint it. But we'll see what we do. Let's get the zoom out and we go back to the chat. See if that's been of any help to our friend the judge. Yeah. There we go. There we got 14. Yeah, put it on there for me, Christine. My hands are full. Got one hand in my waistband and the phone in my other. Yeah, that'll do.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash them up.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, Christine. Yeah, we're gonna look at a full, see where we're up to. Yeah, just cool. Hello, clever clogs. Yeah, we've all been misled by that statement. Hello, Mark. Yeah, say hello. I forgot your wife's name. Is it Bernie? I'll probably get a smacker down the head. I forgot her name. Hello, Steve. Hang on. Hello, Steve. And hello, Mark's wife. I think it's just called Bernie, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. Sorry about that, guys, if I got it wrong. Yeah, if you can't get them apart, just do what I've just said. A bit of oil and heat them up with a heat gun, and they come apart. They're not press fitted. The only thing that's holding them on is the grease that's been there all them years. Turns to glue. Yeah, we'll probably do a full restore on this, maybe. Christine's just left, Paul. Good evening, Paul. Hope you and the missus is good. No, it wasn't. No, this wasn't before and after. This was it was well, yeah, it was a before and after, wasn't it? Because I've just shown it not working properly, and I've just shown it now, just been serviced, and yes, it's lovely. That could at a pinch go in something that was very tatty. It come out of that acca, but I didn't want to put it back in there because it's tatty. So, you know, I wanted something. Oh, look who it is! They are a well-built machine. I will send you an email. I will send you a manual, Judge, and you can sort it out from there. Yeah, so good evening, Bart. Oh, I got it right, it's Bernie. Yeah, I wasn't sure, you know. Wasn't sure. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm glad I got it right. I'll tell you what the worst thing is, if you ever get your own wife's name wrong. You know, I'll give you one tip, guys. Do you know if you're ever going to have a bit on the side? Make sure you pick a girl with the same name as your wife. Oh, you don't have to call me Mr. Judge, you can call me Andy, that's just as well. You know, but yeah, we've got your, you know, well, that's a bit of advice there for you and a bit of show and tell. Because people do get stuck. I mean, they're not a complicated mechanism. They're a fairly easy mechanism to work on. You know, it's just that not everybody can. You know, and that's why we have people like me. You know. You know, we have people like me, and that's why people like me exist, to do what other people can't do. I'll put my own acca back together tomorrow. I've got a job to do for Steve. But yeah, Steve popped in today. I didn't expect to see him. I phoned him to wish him happy birthday. He says, I'll speak to you in a minute. I'm 2 minutes away. Because he come to get a little job done that he can't manage. And he does enough for me and he helps me out. So, you know. Yeah, I'm happy with the way things are. It's been a good day today. It's been a good day. I was playing some music in the dining room this afternoon. I was playing some of my 45s on the Alan Sugar shitter, and it's performing very well. I'm very happy with it. I've not used this one in here for a few days, but I like my Alan Sugar shitters. But that's it. That's where we're up to. We can put this thing off the bench now, back down where it was living. I have actually got the metal, the plastic thing that goes on the arm here. I've got that. But the mechanisms are very simple. I mean, they're not as simple as the BSR ones, but they're simple. They're easy enough. You know, even if you don't know what you're doing, they're easy enough to sort out. I mean, I've known people filling with WD-40, and I think that's disgusting. Just chucking loads of WD-40 in them until they work. And then what they don't forget is WD-40, it's not actually a lubricant as such. Well, that stuff that they use isn't. I mean WD-40 do make a lubricant, but that's a loosening. What they use is a loosening agent. It's like plus gas. It's that kind of idea. But you know, we're getting there now. Yeah, a pint of tea, eh, Judge? Yeah. Oh well, there we go. A pint, yeah, well, there's about a pint in that cup, isn't there? I mean, I like it. You know, I like a big pint. I like a big cup of tea. I can't drink a small cup, you know, because as soon as well, it's actually coffee. I can't drink it warm. I can't drink it hot. And I can't drink a small cup. It has to be a big cup and red hot, scorching. I remember once, I've got this friend who owns the house over the road from me. His brother used to live there till he died. He rents it out now to friends of mine, and he used to keep all his work tools there. And I used to go over, and when he turned up on the morning to load up, I used to go over and go into the garage and have a chat with him, and he used to make me a brew. Anyway, this particular day he made me a cup of coffee, and I drunk it. It was red hot, and I drunk it in within seconds. It went down, and I passed him the cup back, and he didn't burn his hand on the cup. It was that hot. Bloody hell, he said. He said, your tongue must be made out of asbestos, because I can eat hot food, really hot food, and drink really hot tea and coffee. But yeah, I think it's time I went on a diet, folks. Let's catch up here. So what did Simon Wiggle win for £51? I can't see what he won. Oh, no. I don't know. Never mind. Good evening, Harvey. No, you haven't missed your amp repair. I've not finished with it yet. Paul, I've been on this. I was doing that job for Steve, and I've been on this hacker trying to find out what was causing that horrible noise. It turned out to be a bloody bad ground from the speaker to the chassis. I've never had that before. Still, we're all done now anyway. I've just got to put the lid back on and dig out some suitable screws to hold the motorboard in. I should have the originals somewhere. There is somewhere. I'll have to dig them out. I should have them somewhere because I put them in a little thing. I think they're in a, what do you call it? I've got a Nivea tub there. I think they're in that. We'll get that put back together later. Your amp. I'll just bring you up to speed on your Danset amp. I've replaced the capacitors. I've not been through the resistors yet. You very rarely need to. The valve needs to be replaced. The valve is open, the heater. It's either that or the wrong valve. I think it's the wrong valve anyway. But the heater's not lighting, and there's no continuity on the heater on the valve. So we've got you a new EL84. Well, I say new. What I call a brand new second-hand one. It's new to your amplifier. But it'll be a good one, that's why it was kept. Because I had J test all my EL84s and stuff. Yeah, it's been a bit warmer here today actually, Simon. It's not been bad. Harvey will still be whinging that he's cold. Just put the fire out. Yeah. Cheers, Simon. Harvey's going to carry on watching in bed. Too cold downstairs. Simon, wiggle. Oh, it's a little bit. Yeah, it has been a bit warmer today. Voffies. What the fuck's a voppy? What's a voffy? Yeah. Oh, you mean coffee? You spelled it wrong. Yeah, I got you now. Coffee. Yeah. Do you know, he's always going on about the weather, Harvey, and I'm going to start calling him Michael Fish. I remember going to the cinema, see that Rain Man. I wouldn't mind Michael Fish weren't even in it. Yeah, freezing. You're always cold, Harvey. Yeah, we'll find it funny. You'll have to tell us what it is. Yeah. Been here for hours, Andy. Right. I've been here, how long have I been here? I've been here 25 years. Well, not sat in this stool, well, it's 24 years. Not sat in this chair, but in this flat. I'm one of the oldest residents. I've been here. I'm one of the longest residents on this crescent now. Yeah, well, just keep your eye out for it, Paul. I mean, I'll keep you up to date anyway. You know. Yeah, we can do so. We'll get that finished and tested tomorrow, that amp. You know me, it don't take me long to knock them things out. The Navy's whinging that it's not warm here yet. The southeast of Tuesday, yeah, we know, Harvey. It's going to be freezing in the southeast. I told you what to do, Harvey. Stick your head under the quilt and do a good power fart. That'll soon warm you up. You know, eat some fart fodder like eggs or beans. And then just do a good smelly fart and it'll soon warm the quilt up. Soon warms the bed up. It's even better if you've got a woman next to you. You can shove her head under what they call a Dutch oven. Yeah, so yeah, it's coming along, the old hacker. Oh, pardon me. I don't know why I said pardon, no one heard that. Hang on. I'll do that one day and follow through. But, yeah, as soon as the warm weather comes back, I'm going to start going for dead long walks. I mean, I miss going for walks. The only reason why I've grown this tash is to keep my nose warm. Yeah, it keeps my nose warm and my top lip. What else have we got on the agenda? Let me bring if I can find it, it should be here somewhere. Shift that over there a bit. Yeah. There's the amplifier for the damn set. There's a couple of screws there. I know where they go. They hold the transformer in. Right, there's your amplifier. There's your amplifier, Paul. Make sure I don't lose these screws. Don't want to lose them. They hold the transformer in. And basically, we've got your capacitors done. If I turn it round and I show you, if we can zoom in, zoom. There you go. 3 nice new capacitors in there now. Your reservoir smoother and cathode bypass. Cathode coupling, sorry. And at the back, there's your new rectifier, silicon rectifier. That'll go to a fuse holder. The fuse holder will go probably here. And I'm showing it the wrong way around. There we are. Right. Let's move that bloody cut. There. Right, there's... Yeah, that's it. There's your nice new rectifier there at the back. Why is it going to turn it that way? I can't see anything. Apart from the bloody volume. There we are. That's it. Right, there's a nice new rectifier there. That's going to go to a fuse holder, and the other end of your transformer, the secondary HT secondary of your transformer will go to the other end of the fuse holder, and that'll be that protected. It'll be, if there's ever an issue, it'll pop the fuse. And this is actually one of the cleanest I've ever seen, because normally they're full of rust and pitted. This is not a bad amp. I mean, there's only 2 resistors in the circuit. I mean, 2 resistors. There is, look, there's 2 resistors. I'll test those. If they need to be replaced, I will. But I think they'll be alright, they usually are. But yeah, we get that finished tomorrow. Might even get it finished tonight, because I might do it. I was going to say I might do it off camera. I won't. I'll do it on camera, but I might not do it live. I might just do a video. I've got hiccups then when I was taking a sip of my brew. Let's see what we're saying on the chat. Yeah, we're down to 8. Yeah, no worries, Judge. You have a nice evening. Catch you later, my friend. You're welcome anytime. Good evening, Reese. Harvey's going upstairs to brush his teeth. Right. I don't think I've ever come across him. Yeah. Well, that's what it's about. Well, that's what it's about, making it simple. You know, I don't like it when I want to learn something and somebody tries to make it more complicated, sound more complicated than what it needs to bloody be. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, electronics is not complicated, it's not difficult. You know, it's not rocket science, it's easy to understand, it's common sense, most of it. You know, but a lot of people can't grasp it, or don't want to. That's why people like me exist. Um, you know, to explain it, to teach it. I wouldn't say I was a teacher as such. You know, I don't teach electronics. I only, well, I suppose I do really, coming on here, but the intention is to show people how to do it. Well, I suppose it is teaching, isn't it? But, you know, I don't know. I don't think of it that way. I think of it as I come on here. I do it for a bit of enjoyment. It is, yeah. One of my favourite YouTubers, I'll be perfectly honest, is a guy called Vince, from My Mate Vince. Because I like the way, I like the way he applies logic to it. You know, he attacks it the same way Sherlock Holmes would attack a murder case. If it's not this, then it's got to be that. You know, and I like the way he does it because he gets a lot of stuff working, that guy. And a lot of it's modern, most of it's modern stuff. He's only done a handful of old stuff. And most of it's things like PlayStations and Switches and Xboxes and, you know, the sort of things that I won't mess with. And he gets it going. He usually gets it, unless it's a really, really bad fault, he usually gets it going. Because, you know, he applies simple logic. You know, if it's not that, then it must be this. And I suppose there's a point there. You know, I mean, I think when we all start, I think we all apply a similar type of logic, and then once you've been at it for quite a few years, I mean, I've been at it since I was about 8 or 9. Once you've been at it all that time, you know, you sort of like begin to develop a nose for a fault. You know, you can almost smell the fault, you know. Apart from this hacker threw me. It didn't half throw me because of the way it was behaving, and I was convinced I'd put a bloody cap in the wrong way around, and I hadn't. My capacitors are all correct, they're all in the right way around. And I checked it today, me and Steve checked it with the manual. We worked out which way things were, and they were right. I thought they were right, but it begins to make you doubt when you haven't, when it doesn't work. And the capacitor placement is not marked on the board. Yeah, he has, and he's a very patient guy, isn't he? I mean, I am. I can sit there for hours, me. Once I get the bit between my teeth, I can sit there for hours, and I'll trace a fault. You know. I mean, a lot of the stuff I repair, a lot of the stuff I'm repairing now was brand new when I was a kid. That's bloody Christine. Mm. I mean, I better put this on charge because it's going to go flat. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it is a lot of it's, you know, when I was a kid, a lot of this stuff was bloody new. These hackers, I can remember seeing these in the shops when I was a kid. I mean, I couldn't have one, but I remember seeing them. You know, it's, yeah. I mean, I don't like messing with these modern tellies. I've repaired the one I've got there, the Sony, that Sony Bravia. I repaired that, that was only a baby shit fault. But even so, it was still a fault. What it was, there was a fuse blown on the T-con board. And I couldn't bloody find it. Anyway, I decided to look on YouTube, and I found an Irishman who'd done one, and had the same fault. It does, yeah. Time just goes by when you're. Time just goes by when you're just having fun. I mean, I found electronics fun all the years I've been in the game. I found it fun. I've always found it fun. My love for electronics has never diminished. I've never thought, oh, I'm going to give up, I'm not going to do that anymore. I've never thought like that. That thought's never entered my mind. I hope to do it until I draw my last breath, to be honest. I probably won't. Because there does come a time, you know, when you don't want to know. I mean, when you get very old, if I get to the point where I get very old, you know, and you can't think the same as you used to think when you were younger, then I'll probably think about it, but not at the moment. I'm only 57, my bloody brain's still sharp as a bloody razor. So, I'm gonna carry on, really. I got a Gmail notification, somebody sent me a Gmail. I've got an email. Probably use this shit I normally get. Somebody wants to rehome what? Someone's trying to get hold of that, rehome their dog. Shouldn't have got it if they don't want it. Yeah, if they're going to rehome it, they shouldn't have got it. You know a dog, yeah, it's a dog. Yeah, shouldn't have got it. Yeah, Yeah, that's the same. That's the same manual that I've got. Yeah, because Steve downloaded it. It's the same one. Anyway, what I can do, I can forward this off to the judge. Just forward this off. It's the same one as mine. So where's the email from the judge? I haven't got one. He sent me an email, but I haven't got it. So he might have sent it to the wrong bloody place. Yeah, if you're still about Facebook birthdays. No, he hasn't sent me one. Send me another email. Yeah. No, it's not here. Unless it's gone into my shit file. I don't even know what his email address is. But I've got a copy of the manual here anyway. I'll send it out. Inbox. No. Basically, I haven't had an email off that lad, so, but I can certainly send him. If he comes back on tomorrow, he obviously hasn't sent the email correctly. He'll soon know because it'll get bounced back to him. Did I get a reply from Mike? I did, yeah. I did actually, Simon. He hasn't had his results yet. He's going to let me know. That's Christine with her fucking daft voice messages again. He's going to let me know. So as soon as he does, you know, I don't know. You know, I'll ask him if he wants me to mention it, and if he doesn't, then I'll leave it. But because it's personal, isn't it? Really. You know, but if it's good news, then yeah, I'll tell you all. But if it's bad news, I won't. Let's leave it at that, I think. But yeah, he did reply to me. I forgot to tell you guys, he did reply. And I wished him all the best, you know, for a speedy recovery. Let's hope. Yeah. It's a bloody horrible disease, that cancer. I fucking hate it, man. I fucking do. I hate it with a passion. It's had quite a few members of my family, that bloody disease. It had my dad, it had my brother, it had my granddad on my dad's side, because everyone has two. It had my Uncle Willie. Yeah, my dad's dad is. You know, it's had a few of my family, that bloody disease. It's horrible. But I'll tell you what, if I've got out to do with it, it ain't fucking taking me. I'll fight the bastard to the bitter end. But yeah, you know, yeah, you know, he's gonna let me know. So as soon as he does, if it's good news, I'll let you all know. If it's not, I won't, because it's not up to me. But good news is good news, isn't it? You like to let everybody know. But yeah, well, I'm not staying on much longer, folks. I'm going in a minute. So we've got that done. That can be, I can get some screws for that tomorrow, get the inspection panel back on, get the deck screwed down, get the hinges back on, get the lid back on, put the hinges back on for the lid. And then it can wait then till Paul calls for it. You know, we've already done a deal. It's his. It's now his property. So, you know, it can sit there now till he comes. And when he comes, he'll pick his amp up and it'll save him waiting for that to go through post. So, I'm glad I got it done though. That was a real pain in the arse. I mean, they're the sort of faults that can drive you to insanity. You know, a fault, you know, a bloody simple earth. I mean, hackers are actually earthed very well, and they're actually designed around being grounded, and they don't like not being grounded. There's even a section in the manual that tells you about modifications that were made for grounding them more efficiently. You know, so they were grounded, so they ground a bit better. But I'm happy with it now. I've just got to put my own back together because I pulled mine apart. But yeah, we got there. I just thought I'd check the grounds and see what's happening with the grounds. See if we've got any bad grounds. And because there's a layer of tin foil in the bottom, and it was oxidised, of course there's going to be breaks in the grounds. So by putting that piece of wire in, that's rectified the problem, and it's back to how it should be, which is what we want. That's disgusting. Ew. Yeah, cold air does reduce pressure, doesn't it, in something that's been inflated? Yeah, and warm air, because cold air, it shrinks, doesn't it? And in hot weather, warm air expands. So cold air cold air contracts, and warm air expands. That's why fucking hot balloons float. Because the hot air is lighter. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Plastic, metal, rubber especially, and air, everything does, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, folks. Because there's a few videos I want to watch that go up on a Saturday. Like Shango066, he puts his video up today. And I want to watch that. I've not seen his video yet. My mate Vince from Vince from the My Mate Vince channel, he's put one up, so I want to go and watch his. I think he's repairing an Xbox S, Xbox One S, I think he is repairing. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. I'm going to leave it there now, folks, and you all remember to subscribe and like and share. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. And I shall now turn the soldering iron off because we're done with that for tonight. Well, actually, no, I'll leave it on. Yeah, I'll turn it off. If I decide I want to do a bit more, I'll turn it back on. We'll just turn it off. There we go. I've got my hacker to put back together, which is on the other bench. What else? This will go together tomorrow when I dig out the screws. It might even go together tonight yet, but it'll be certainly put together before the end of tomorrow. I blow up doll like a virgin. The cold weather is, and like a slapper in hot weather. I've been told, yeah. I don't know. I'll leave you all to it, guys and girls, and I'll catch you tomorrow. And thank you very much. Ooh, get across the floor. I think I'm going to move this carpet tomorrow. There's bits on the floor catching the wheel. Was there? Right, you all take it easy, folks. And like I say, thank you very much. Bye for now, folks.